Do you know which country this is? Do you also notice how insignificant in size it is in comparison to all the surrounding countries? Well, this has been my home my whole life. And, believe it or not, but I used to go to school on a camel. This country, ladies and gentlemen, is Kuwait. And that is where I was born and bred. Throughout my whole life, I have longed to come back and live in my home country, Lebanon. I finally had the chance to do that when it was my time to move into university and finally flee the nest. On one hand, I was ecstatic and overwhelmed. I was dreaming all about my new life and what this phase in time has to bring for me. Yet, on the other hand, I was feeling complete and utter sadness. It is such a contradiction since I've always dreamed and I've always craved the moment where I was free as a bird. But when push came to shove, everything changed. I panicked and I was hesitant. I started questioning my decision. You see, Kuwait has always been my comfort zone, the place where I felt like I belonged. And moving to Lebanon, it felt like I was being thrown into unknown territory, somewhere unfamiliar. But I thought about it, and I realized I can finally have a blank slate, and maybe finally, let my individuality lead my lifestyle. So when I first moved to Lebanon, I didn't know how to connect to people here. And I don't mean connecting like on WhatsApp or Instagram. I mean feel an actual connection. Here's a story so you can get a clearer picture of this. So this first year, my first year in NDU, I was a freshman. This one day I was hungry, I was starving, so I decided to go buy some food from the cafeteria. As I was ordering, the salesperson started questioning my Lebanese accent and asked me, "أنت من لبنان?" And I was like, "Yes." "Fully wala half?" I'm like, "I'm fully Lebanese." And he didn't take that for an answer. We had an ongoing discussion / argument going back and forth, Lebanese, لا مش Lebanese, Lebanese, and you get the picture. So he decided to put me on a test. And my cocky self gladly accepted the challenge. وإذ بيسألني بتعرفي دير الصليب؟ أنا هون بكل ثقة بقول له ولك أكيد أنا اللي بعرف دير الصليب كل صيفية بروح هنيك مع أهلي. Next thing you know, everyone was just in tears and they were laughing, and I was like, what is going on with these people? What is happening? I didn't get it. So you see, I'm originally from Deir el-Amar, even though, for the record, I've only visited Deir el-Amar once in my life. So at that time, Deir el-Amar and Deir el-Salib sounded pretty similar to me. Little did I know that Deir el-Salib turned out to be a mental institution. Anyways, after that, I have decided that I needed to experience happiness away from my comfort zone. And I thought about it. And in order for me to reach that, I had to embrace my surroundings. And I did. The first step I took was joining the advertising club. They have become my friends and my family. They've stood by my side on both educational and personal levels. We have created events, fundraisers, and we partied together. And I'm happy to say that I've been with that club for 3 years now, at NDU. From that point onwards, I started taking bits and pieces from everyone I meet and engraving it into my own personality. And I started to build myself up in scratch. I decided I don't want to be part of a crowd. I'd rather stand out. And I don't mean stand out like the extreme bizarreness of Amanda Mines or the nervous breakdown of 2007 Britney Spears. That was very ridiculous. I can't believe she did that. So at that point, everything fell into place. I decided to take things into my own hands. It was all mind over matter. And that's the advertising clip. I'm sorry, I think there's something wrong with the presentation. Now I live alone. I'm a part-timer at a job which I love, in my field, which is advertising and marketing. And through that job, I have met and connected with a lot of people from different businesses, and especially media. I'm happy to say that that job is Red Bull. A year ago, I was given the great opportunity to become a member of the Rings team base. And since then, I have gained professionalism so much in such a short period of time. All those have led me to become the person I am today, the independent, self-reliant person. Lebanon has also played a main role in expanding my horizon, opening up my eyes and mind to new things. You know how they say you have to think outside the box? Well, I say, how about we think like there is no box? The freedom I had in this country, it helped push me forward instead of holding me back from the person I already am. And one of the simplest forms of freedom is clothing. I am not afraid to express myself through what I wear without being labeled nor judged. In comparison to Kuwait, where women are meant to be dressed in a conservative manner. And since I lived there, I had to respect and abide by the rules of the country. Thus, this has restricted me from one of the simplest forms of freedom, which I later broke out from in Lebanon. Another eye-opener to me was the strength of you, the Lebanese population. You do not let anyone silence you nor tame you. You speak up your mind, regardless of the consequences that you might have to face. That makes me proud as a Lebanese. And you see, what baffles me the most is how the impact 3 years in Lebanon had on my life in comparison to the 18 years in Kuwait. I've changed so much as a person. I've seen myself grow and take full responsibility of myself. And that has had a drastic effect on me. Whereas throughout my first 18 years of life, I was living like a machine, doing what I was told and believing that what I learned is the ultimate truth. But that all changed. I've become a different person, a better version of myself, someone that I am proud of, someone who is intrigued by new things, new people, someone who sees the beauty of people being different. And friendship has played a major role in my shaping. Having my best friend sitting in the audience, Joanna Shahad, by my side from the beginning and throughout our ups and downs, and trust me, there has been many of them, helped maintain my sanity to a certain extent, and it helped me understand the definition of quality and not quantity. Finally, my speech has been to bring you to my ultimate point. Be transparent. Be who you are. Try to embrace and love yourself. We are all born unique. And it is sad to see how most of us have become copies of one another, trying so hard to fit into the society's requirements, trying so hard to gain the acceptance of society, yet disregarding how vital it is for us to accept ourselves first. The only way we can grow is through learning. And who better to learn from than each other? Luckily for me, I have the two most amazing idols in my life, which I owe everything to. My parents. They have been my backbone and my support system till this very day. Thank you.